welcome back to E&W Farms. Tonight, easy, don't turn the table over. We're going to make some DIY chicken waters. We had bought a bucket for watering our chickens years ago whenever we got our chickens. We've had our chickens since 2020. We got them right after the world came to an end and went to a lockdown. So some of our birds are fairly old. We've got a couple of replacement birds that went in. We've got about 25 laying hens. And that's kind of Dad's deal that he takes care of every morning to get eggs and stuff. And the grandkids and the nieces and nephews, they all love them. So his bucket busted here the other week when it froze. So I'm making him 2 new ones. And this is all stuff that you go to your local hardware store, or if you want to go to Tractor Supply, you can buy chicken water or you can make them. I think we're going to have about 20 bucks a piece in these at the most. So I'm going to start with the little drinking nipples, and we're going to need a 1/8 inch drill bit and an 11/32 drill bit. It says a crescent wrench, but you could use a pair of pliers. I was in Home Depot and picked up some buckets. So these are just their cheap white buckets. And then they have these tops. You wouldn't necessarily have to have these, but what we have learned with the 5-gallon bucket waters are that when you put a regular clip-on lid on them, it's very difficult to get it off when they're weighted with water and you're trying to dump new water in. So I picked these with lids up for Dad. They're a spin-on lid that's still off. So we may wind up having to drill a hole in the top of them so they'll suck air down, or we may just not leave them threaded all the way down. So enough yakking about what we're fixing to do. I've got my drill bit and my little impact driver, so I'm going to go ahead and drill 4 holes in the bottom of them and then enlarge them, and then we'll put the nipples in. I know eggs are getting expensive from what people are saying they're expensive. So they went out and bought chickens. So you may be a new chicken producer. If you are, welcome to the flock. Haha. We have a lot of fun out of ours. And if you're not used to eating farm-made fresh eggs, you're in for a treat. They definitely taste totally different than anything that you've ever bought in the store. And the way we mount our waterers in the actual chicken coop, we have them suspended from the ceiling on a ratchet strap. So as you get new birds, your birds are going to continue to grow. And so you're going to need a way to adjust this water up and down depending on the growth stage of the chicken. And so I rigged ours up on a 1-inch wide ratchet strap, just wrapped it around the rafters, and I put the ratchet side of the strap on the handle of the bucket, which allows us, as we get new birds, if we need, or our thing is if you're using a confined space, of course you're going to pack chicken manure up, and so you're going to need to raise that water and the feeder as the manure level it increases or decreases as you grow birds in there. So I've got my holes drilled. I'm gonna open my little waterers up. These work really good. They don't like cold weather, and occasionally they do get stopped up. And if they do get stopped up, all you have to do is just unthread the bottom of them, and there's a steel marble inside there. Maybe you'll be able to see that. And you just take it out, clean it out. But they're O-ring sealed, so you don't have to really get them super, super tight. You just have to get them tight enough to make the O-ring seal up. So I'm gonna thread these in. I don't even have that, no. A little bigger than a 9/16. It does take the chickens just a little bit to get used to drinking out of them. So if you got brand new birds and they've been drinking out of a different style, more of like the drench style that goes on, and they drink out of the bottom of it. As stupid as this sounds, you do need to hang the water up in it and then go in there and kneel down next to the water and take your finger and move each strip nipple on the bottom of the bucket and let the birds see the water come out of them. Chickens are actually very curious, and so it doesn't take them long, and if one of them sees one of them doing something, usually they're pretty quick and the rest of them will follow suit. Like I said, we have about 25 laying hens, so we run 2 water buckets in our coop. And it also makes it nice in the summertime or something where they're going to drink a lot more water. They don't run short. But on a 5-gallon bucket, you do not want to put 5 gallons of water in these. That's one thing that we have learned too. When you suspend them from the ceiling and hold them by the handle, the weight of the 5 gallons in the hot time of the year causes the bucket to sag, and it'll actually pull the handle out of the latch on the side. So you're better off to only fill them up about halfway. So there's the bottom. Of course, you don't want to fill them full of water and then put them down almost, because it'll bust the bottom of the bucket. There's the brand for the lid. Like I said, they just come from Home Depot. You may have another, depending on what part of the country you're in, will depend on what kind of hardware store. Whew, Lord have mercy. I don't think that lid's coming off anytime soon. Alright. 1 chicken water with a spin on the lid, 4 drinkers. Hope it helps you get your flock started off on the right foot. Thank you for tuning in. We'd love to have you as a subscriber if you're just a viewer. Check back at ENW Farms, see what else we get into. Thanks for watching.